Welcome to the Ball Training Penalty, the 100% Brazilian brand that produces more than 3 million balls per year. Thus, we are the factory that produces the most balls in the world. We specialize in more than 20 sports modalities to build the best products and deliver a complete solution for sports. We have balls with official certifications from entities that recognize them as among the best balls in the world. The Beat Tennis Ball, the Max 1000 Futsal Ball, the Field Ball 8, the Econite Asa Branca Ball, our S11, Econite, the Crossover 7.9 Ball, our official Volleyball Pro 8.0 Ball, and the A8 Futsal 500 Ball for futsal. And in addition, such as, for example, we are the official sponsors of the Paulistão, Carioca, Paraense, and Copa do Nordeste championships, having the official penalty ball in these championships. In addition to all the communication for the games in the Betano Cup of Brazil, and our sponsored partners already include more than 40 athletes from different clubs in various sports and almost 20 confederations and federations. It's the penalty, present in sports, to create brand recall when the consumer is there in your store. And now find out why. The penalty ball. It is so chosen by athletes, organizations, and clubs. And how you can enchant your clients with the privileged information you will have in this training. And here is the first example. Here are two penalty balls. This is the S11 Econite, the official ball of the Paulista, Carioca, and Paraense championships. This is the S11. R2. Both have the same graphics. This is the official ball, this is the unofficial one. This costs $599 and this $159 now. But is it only this point that makes all the difference? Which one is better? Which one is suitable for your client's game? So we will find out all these answers by getting to know the penalty ball from the inside out. And I doubt you won't be charmed by all these benefits. Take a look and don't forget, okay? Have paper and pen in hand. Write down all the key information. It's through the exercise of writing that we will remember all the important points. Which one is better? Why the price difference? All the answers are from the inside out, and we will understand everything from now on. Therefore, paper and pen in hand. Write down these 5 key points that will clarify the best needs for those who are going to play. First, what is the modality? Second, where will you play? Third, is this place open or closed? Fourth, is the person playing a professional or an amateur? And fifth, is it a child, a young person, or an adult? In detail item 1, what is the modality? After all, there are more than 20 sports modalities with the ball. 2, having defined the modality, where will they play? For example, if they chose soccer, what would be the surface or field? Here are 4 examples. Official indoor surface, official grass field, dirt field in the suburbs, and cement court. Here, we have to choose which technologies will provide the best performance for official fields, or high durability technologies for rustic surfaces. Always base your choice on this type of surface to select the best technology that meets this need. And number 3, the location of the game. Is it outdoor, which would be open, or indoor, which would be closed? In this way, we need to identify which technology is better for the ball's waterproofing or a ball with better cost effectiveness. Who is going to play? Professional or amateur? So let's go, folks. Let's get this ball ready for the game. The first piece of information is that we need to find where the valve is. On this ball, it is right here. And the pressure, as you can see, it is marked here, from 9 to 10 pounds. This is the required pressure for this ball, no more, no less. And I will need a piece of equipment, either this one or this one, which are gauges, both pen and digital. First, if the ball looks full, it is very likely not ready for the game. And I will prove it to you by inserting our gauge here. I turned on the gauge. It needs to be set to PSI, which is the unit of measurement for the pressure of this ball. Insert it top all the way in, remembering that you don't need to lubricate. And here, look, as you can see, this ball is showing 5 pounds, meaning it is well below the required level. So, folks, I'm going to grab a penalty pump here. And the best part is it's from the bulletin, and that's its great advantage. The name bulletin means it has an action of inflating both by pulling and pushing, taking half the time to inflate with half the effort. And here we go to calibrate. All set, folks. Now we have a penalty ball properly calibrated. Show your client that you prepared the ball for their game, remove the calibrator, and wish them great goals. That's how we get this ball all set. Absolutely ready for the game. But who will be playing? Children, teenagers, or adults? Penalty makes different ball sizes so that the size is proportional to the size of the feet or hands of the player. Penalty balls also come in different sizes, so that soccer is proportional to the size of the person. For example, this is size 5, specific for adults, and this is size 3, specific for youth. Get to know the sizes of penalty balls according to each sport. Well, the society and field balls are practically the same size, that is, size 5. They can reach up to 70 centimeters in circumference, and the number 5 information is not on the ball. Knowing this, I know that these balls normal size are all size beige, and the balls that have the number 4 information are typically for youth, and they have a circumference of up to approximately 66 centimeters, both in field and society. And when you find the number 3 on the ball, it means it is a junior ball, whether for field or society football. And in futsal, there are also 3 sizes. The adult size is the futsal 500. And for youth futsal players, specifically, the size of the ball is known as futsal 200. And for the younger kids or junior players, the size of the futsal ball is also known as futsal 100. And the smaller ones are the T50. They measure about 50 centimeters in circumference and are used for skill training, and even as children's balls. In other words, they have the same construction as adult balls and serve as like father, like son, so that when you assist a father buying a ball, don't forget to also get the ball with the same design. And now, folks, let's move on to the official sizes of basketballs. I will base it on the official balls. Crossover. This one here is the official men's size, and its size is 7. It can reach up to 77 centimeters in circumference. Speaking of this one, it is an official women's ball. It's the Pro 6.9, and it can reach up to 73 centimeters in circumference. And this is the junior size. It's the 5.9. It can reach 70 centimeters in circumference. And here we have the men's, women's, and junior sizes. Besides these sizes, there's also the size baby, there's the size for skill training, and so on. And these are the different ball sizes. Penalty. Look for the training later in your store if you have different sizes. If not, contact our sales representative and work assertively with your entire audience.
Oh, Moisés.
Hi, Tan. Hi. Director. Ah, yes, I was recapping here. What are the most important points to consider during the survey? And having the perfect ball offer for your client's game. So let's recap together here, folks. Number 1, what is the sport? What will he play? Soccer, volleyball, basketball, water polo? Number 2, where will it be played? Is it an official court, a cement court, an official lawn, dirt field? Number 3, if the location is open or closed this way, we determine which ball is best for rain or dry surfaces. Number 4, who will play? Is it an amateur, a professional? Does he want a more controlled ball or for a more dynamic game? This way, we have the ideal calibration. Item 5, different sizes for children, youth, adults, male, and female. Well, so now we have these 5 steps of the survey, which is the starting point for us to enter the world of the ball, penalty. From the inside out, there are 6 parts that, if you understand, it will be very easy for you to know which is the waterproof ball, the ball for rustic fields, the ball that performs best on courts, and so on. Let's become now ball specialists. Penalty. The penalty ball is made up of to 6 parts meta without duels. 1. The core. 2. The air chamber. 3. The lining. 4. The cushioning. 5. The laminate. And 6. The construction, starting with the core. There are 2 types of cores used. The CIS capsule, which is a lubricated and replaceable core. It has an elongated nozzle that surrounds the needle, preventing it from puncturing the air chamber. And the removable core, which is also replaceable and allows for replacement in case of air leaks, extending the ball's lifespan. Well folks, in practice, how do I know if the ball has the CIS capsule? The first thing you should notice is if it's written here around the core. Second, if it is green in color. Only the national Pinot balls have the CIS capsule in green. When inserting the needle, go ahead calmly. There's no need to lubricate because it is already lubricated. And the last part of the CIS capsule in the core is that it is replaceable or exchangeable. So, when you notice that the ball is deflating, it doesn't necessarily mean the ball is punctured. It could be leaking through the CIS capsule itself. In this case, you can take and do that old soap sponge test, like when we changed the gas cylinder. You apply the soap sponge right here on the CIS capsule and identify if it is leaking. And if it is leaking, I will now show you how to replace it. In the core extractor, you will take this side with the little tip and insert it. Insert it all in. Once it's fully inserted, gently tilt it to the side and pull it out diagonally. You removed the CIS capsule. Take the replacement capsule and place it in the hole. With the other end of the extractor, you will push the side parts until everything is inserted. After you have inserted it, take a utility knife and trim the CIS capsule so that it is exactly flush with the surface of the ball. As you saw folks, the needle does not exceed the limit. And here I have an inner tube from a generic ball, from another brand. It doesn't matter which one it is. And I'm going to do the same thing. I will insert the pump needle here, all the way to the bottom. And when I inserted the tip of the needle, observe here. Oops, it punctured the material. And this is the risk you might face when inflating that ball that's already deflated in your store. In other words, be very careful when inflating. Not all balls are penalty. Oh, and remember that all penalty balls that have this label here, what does it mean? It says, do not deflate none of the penalty balls. With a label, you can deflate them because they are fused, meaning the seamless penalty balls, when you leave them in that shape, deflated, you can deform the ball when inflating. Therefore, during trips, movements, keep it fully inflated with this spherical shape always. And continuing the sequence from the inside out, the second part is the air chamber. And there are some materials for constructing air chambers. I will mention 2, for example. Well, folks, these 2 air chambers here are used in balls. One of them is from Penult, and the other is from a competitor. But I will explain it better for you. This air chamber here is made of either vinyl or latex material. What is the disadvantage? It is not resistant at all. It doesn't retain air and punctures very easily. And this one here is the butyl air chamber. Butyl is the same material used to make car tires. It retains air much better, deflates much less, and is very secure and durable. In short, it's a penalty air chamber and the penalty air chamber. Besides being made of butyl material, the same material used for car tires, it features up to 3 OKAT technologies. 6D, which is a technology that keeps the ball 100% balanced. Air billet, which makes the ball perfectly round and spherical. And kickoff, present in society balls. Now I will explain to you about the 6D technology.
6D means 6 discs, and it is also marked near the valve on the ball. These 6D discs are colored in red. What are their characteristics? I will explain better with a football story. Let's remember the 1990s and 2000s when a skilled player was about to take a free kick. How did he do it? First, he would take the ball in his hand like this and give it a little spin to add a bit of flair, right? Why did he do that? When he spun the ball, he was already looking for the position of the valve. On this ball, the valve is here, so he would place the valve right where he was going to kick the ball, give it a little kiss, and place the ball on the free kick spot. When he's about to kick the ball with his foot, he will strike the ball there with the inside of his foot in the region of the first metatarsal bone, that little bone of the bunion. So, when he hits the ball at the valve, what happens? He kicks the ball and the ball spins. And in the air phase, heading towards the goal, because of the counterweight of the valve, the ball, it would slightly change its trajectory, fool the goalkeeper. And it was a goal, meaning it was the trick of personal football with the ball. Penalty. This is allowed in no way, folks, because here with the penalty ball, a lot of skill is required. So I'm going to show you the function of these discs. Come here close, camera, get close to me. I am looking at the size of this disc here. Take a good look, and now I will show the disc on the other side of the ball, on the side opposite to the valve. Look at the size of this disc. It has exactly the same weight as the other side, and thus all the discs balance. The ball, it has the same weight in all directions, and thus it is 100% balanced. Now, knowing this, always look for the information near the core. It contains Treinamento 60, and tell your friend that this ball is 100% balanced and stable. And now, folks, I will talk about the second technology of the inner chamber, which is air billet. This is information that is not recorded there on the ball's laminate. But know that all penalty balls are made of butyl inner chamber material and have the air billet. The air billet came from an engineering concept that I will show you now. This image you see on the screen is a sphere made through an engineering concept. They use these rings increasing up to the middle and decreasing up to the top. Then vertically, rings following the circumference. Thus, we have a completely round sphere. And here in this detail, you will see this formation. All these threads are synthetic threads that structure the ball in this air billet system, which make this ball, when it receives the impact of a kick, hits the post, hits the wall, deform immediately, and return to their original size, without creating bumps and without leaving the ball oval, keeping it spherical in all games. Interesting information, don't you think? So, an advertiser, when he visited our factory, found this as interesting as we are finding it now. And he made an advertisement film that I will show you now. Take a look.
As bolas pênalti enfrentam qualquer tipo de jogo sem perder a forma. Não ovalizam, mantêm a pressão e chegam ao fim do jogo como começaram. Redondinhas. Bola pênalti, a melhor made in Brasil.
Hi, and the third technology of the air chamber is here, safe. Let's go to the example. I have two balls, penalty here in hand. This one is for the field and this one is for your site. What is the difference? They are practically the same size and weight. The difference is here is that the field ball indeed considerably rebounds more because an official field can be up to 4 times the size of a society court. Considering that the dynamics of the field game are much faster than the society game, thus, we need to reduce the bounce so that the game remains more controlled within the 4 lines. And how do I identify a penalty ball? With the technology that is safe, just look at this seal here, which is safe. It is engraved on all the balls. Penalty card for society football. And the third part of a penalty ball is the lining. The lining consists of threads that will wrap around the air chamber to protect it and also to receive the top layer, whether it is cushioning or laminated. And we have three lining technologies. The thermal fixed, which are threads, more than 3,000 meters of synthetic threads that will wrap around the air chamber. But first, they are dipped in melted natural rubber. When it dries, it gains this rubbery, uniform touch, and it does not interfere in any way with the ball's sphericity and balance. And there is also the triaxial. Triaxial, c'est pas ma, is the lining of stitched balls, meaning it is inserted into the back of each panel of the stitched balls and performs the same function. And finally, the multiaxial lining. The multiaxial lining is made up of just threads, and they will wrap around the entire air chamber with more than 3,000 meters of threads. Well, folks, this is the thermal fixed lining that I just mentioned to you. It gains this real ball-like rubberized appearance, and it becomes super protected and spherical. Which penalty balls have this lining? Almost all of them, folks. If we talk about a sport, for example, soccer, all soccer balls have this lining here. And this lining is used in some penalty balls, but it's not like that, okay? Because this one I got from the competition of a pro soccer ball. This one is better, isn't it? And the cushioning is the fifth part of the ball penalty. It incredibly and significantly reduces the impact's harshness, remarkably improves ball control, and balls with cushioning become pro. So, only pro balls have cushioning such as these. This is a great differentiator. Well, folks, which penalty balls receive the cushioning layer? Well, it's important for you to know, take note, that the penalty balls that receive cushioning are the pro balls. The professional ones, the balls that perform better on the courts. And here we have three technologies. There's this first one, which is Nugel, made from sustainable, ecological, and biodegradable materials. Here in this ball, in the volleyball, we have Nugel. What is Nugel? It's really a gel touch for sports that you play with your hands. And here in the Max 1000, we have Evacel. The Evacel can be a thickness of 2 millimeters, or like in the Max Mill ball, where it is 3.8 millimeters. A thickness that makes this ball super soft and very easy to control. In other words, you play more beautifully when you play with a pro ball, and here, folks, I have two balls. Penalty, balls opened. For you to notice the thickness of a ball with cushioning and a ball without cushioning. Take a close look at this thickness of a penalty ball without cushioning, this thickness of the ball, penalty with cushioning. And here you can notice with cushioning and here without cushioning. This is how you control the ball with cushioning. We now know that cushioning is very important, and not all penalty balls have it. The laminate is also a major factor in determining if the ball is suitable for a specific type of surface. Imagine there is an official futsal court, or a natural grass field, or those rustic dirt fields, or those cement courts. What is the appropriate laminate for each of these courts? And it's very simple, folks. What are we going to do? Look at this example. Folks, these laminate technologies directly determine whether this ball is suitable for rustic or professional fields. Let's go to the example here. I've arranged it in an order for us to understand better. Here we have an RX and its cushioning technology that we find here on the part of the ball. As you can see there, in focus, it's the PU. The PU, every ball you find with this name means that this ball is very durable, resistant to any surface, whether it be asphalt, cushioning, dirt, synthetic grass, or natural grass. All in this second ball. Here, we have a technology called micropower or micropower. It is also a high durability technology. Just like the PU, it is suitable for more rustic fields. In this volleyball here, for example, it features the PU, soft technology. The PU Soft has a softer touch, suitable for games where you use your hands, like volleyball and handball. And this ball here, folks, it features the Econite laminate. The Econite laminate is made from PET bottles. As you can see there, in the animation, 4.5 PET bottles are used to make each penalty. In other words, we have already removed tons of PET bottles from the environment.
And folks, this laminate indeed has a grip, an exceptionally good interaction with gloves and footwear. But how this interaction, grip and grip, both for gloves and footwear, it truly has a remarkably superior grip to maximize your contact and ball handling. And this ball here is the Max Bill, considered one of the best futsal balls in the world, or rather, the number one. And this ball here, it features the Poo Pro, as you will see on the screen. The Poo Pro is a technology with high performance in grip. This ensures you have absolute control of the ball. In other words, folks, I'm here with the ball, Max Bill and the Max 1000 footwear, the futsal shoe. Try the same exercise at the store. Pick any ball and any footwear. Let's suppose you're going to do a ball control. We know that with a cushioned ball with cushioning, it's easier to control the ball. And then, how will you manage ball control? You're going to take the ball, the shoe that's in your hand, and you're going to create friction between them, scrape them. What did you think? Is it gripping or is it smooth? So folks, now I'm going to do this with my kit here. Take a look. Listen to the sound of the grip. In other words, no matter how much force I apply to the ball, I can't move it because it's gripping. It's a superior grip from the conversation of both technologies, of the shoe as well as the Pro, meaning, folks, the laminated technology, besides being durable, resistant, and high performing, will make all the difference in the sport your client chooses. Therefore, look in the technology dictionary that is within the GDB, on the website bolas.com.br or even in the catalogs, and know what each of the laminates present in the ball at your store means. Here I mentioned a few. I hope you took note. I'll repeat for you. Pro is the professional ball that provides superior grip, only IPU, very durable. Micro, also very durable. Soft is soft for games in contact with the hands. EA Econiche AD is ecologically correct, also interacts very well with the ball and goalkeeper gloves. These are the laminate technologies. Analyze them well to avoid mistakes. And now folks, a golden secret. Want to know which penalty balls are pro and which ones have cushioning? Download the GDB, which is there in the QR code in the corner of the screen. If not, visit the website bolaspenalty.com.br or check our catalogs. There you will find everything about the balls, penalty, and all the technology in each ball. Folks, I paused your training here to show you what the GDB is and the reading dynamics to identify the technologies of each of the balls. Here it is open, and here on the left side, you will notice there is an index showing balls, penalty, field. And here we have the balls, S11, Econite, or the S11R1, S11R2. What is the difference between them? In this lower part, you will see that there are those 5 parts and the construction of a ball. If you look at the ball on the side, the R2, it is missing a part, which is precisely the cushioning. So you know which of them has cushioning and which does not. Similarly, which of them exactly receives a technology to make the ball completely and absolutely waterproof. Here, on the S11 Econite, you see the information, Thermotech waterproof. If I take the S11R2 here, the Trefusio, that is, it absorbs the minimum amount of water and keeps it perfectly round, but it is not waterproof. And these are the comparisons of the balls that you should always make in the store. This greatly justifies their price. And to ensure that you or your customer have the best ball for your sport, we conduct various tests in laboratories, like the ones you will see next. Laminated abrasion test. Simulates the friction of the ball against a rough surface. Circumference and sphericity test. These are tests such as ensuring that the penalty balls are indeed perfectly round. Here is a very interesting test. The penalty balls undergo a very rigorous and extremely thorough test. According to FIFA's requirement, we should kick approximately 3,500 times at a speed of 50 km per hour, in fact. But at the Canvas factory penalty, we do this. 7,000 times at a speed of 80 km. Yes, we exceed FIFA's tests to prove that we have one of the best balls in the world. Kick test. Not only the balls with kickoff technology undergo this test, all penalty balls go through it to determine if they have the ideal kick for each sports modality. Water absorption test. The penalty balls are placed inside a container with water and compressed more than 250 times, weighed before and after, to determine if they absorbed water or not. All balls with Thermotech do not absorb anything at all, and the Ultra Fusion absorbs only a minimal amount of water. The variation allowed by FIFA is up to 15% absorption. For penalty, it can never exceed 5%. Absorption, slightly. Wow, what a rain, huh? Wow, I didn't expect this rain to play soccer. So just saying, because I'm wearing jeans, it's raining, but I'm going to play soccer. And have you ever played soccer in the rain? Or does your client look for a ball to play in an open outdoor place? Here's a tip. The ball penalty. Some of them are 100% waterproof. Others absorb a minimal amount of water. How do I place them? Here's the tip. Look at the balls you have in your store. All of them that have this Ultra Fusion seal with double bonding mean that this ball was fused and bonded through a double process. This means that this ball absorbs the minimum amount of water. Even on the heaviest rain fields, torrential rains, it still offers a very good game dynamic. See folks, that Ultra Fusion is a sealing technology that makes the ball absorb the minimum amount of water. And it is present starting from the entry-level balls, from penalty's first price point. But what is the fusion technology of the pro balls? The professional ones, the top of the line. Here it is, there's the S11 Econite, as well as the Max 1000, among many other balls. Penalty, they receive the Thermotech technology with double bonding. What is Thermotech? Thermotech is a fusion system, also with double bonding, that makes penalty balls 100% waterproof. That's right, 100% waterproof. They are suitable for playing indoors and outdoors, even in torrential rain, water sports, in soccer, volleyball, and so on. Thermotech is the most efficient technology for you to have a light game dynamic. No worries. Keep the game going even in the rain. The folks and these two balls you see here, they are made of traditional panels, meaning they are stitched balls, but there is a difference between them. This one is hand stitched, therefore it is a pro ball. This one is machine stitched, thus it is only recreational. This is the big difference, a pro ball. It has an excellent manual finish, which allows this ball to perform on fields in Brazil. Hi, and this one is for you to play with during your holidays. For the kids, in short, all stitched balls are imported. But being imported, they do not. Lack an embedded air chamber and are very durable and resistant. This is the penalty guarantee, and you have the best ball for your sport. But don't forget whether it is stitched or fused, waterproof or not. You should always calibrate it. It must be ready for the game. Never hand over a ball to your client without it being ready for the game. It must be properly calibrated. Therefore, buy your gauge, buy your pump, and always make your client's purchase a unique experience.